in and hit home for people. Okay, here's another one. Get ready for this one. Putin's pipelines. Okay, and again, these things mean something on the surface. Okay, yeah, Putin's working on pipelines and all this kind of stuff, and this is 2019 and all that. But that's what they want the masses to focus on, so they can predictably program you and show you this underlying lesser magic that they're trying to cast over the public. Is what they do. This is in their writings of lesser magic, of predictive programming, all the stuff that they're doing to bring about this, that people just accept it, and then it gives them more power to keep going, where people don't go, hey, wait a minute, I don't know about this, and wait, I have the Spirit of God, and something's wrong with this, and then it would stop. But the problem is, there's not that many people that are aware and care and are praying against it and can stop it. I can pray against it, I have for 4.5 years, but the Lord told me that, you need to pray for people and for my will, and not pray, try to against something that's on the way is going to happen anyway. So, that prayer doesn't make sense. Pray for something that's in God's will. And if you don't know, ask Him. That's how you do that kind of stuff. You ask, and He will show you, pray for this, pray for that, pray for this. That's called the relationship, in my view. So, Putin's pipelines. Without getting into a lot of the other meanings of these numbers, I'm going to get right into it here. So we have King Barack Hussein Obama. That's impossible for it to match English Gematria 1224. We're talking about 1,224 points of matching, and it hits every one. And it matches exactly all the way back to Obama again. That's impossible. We're talking about all these different things on the covers of 2019 Economist magazine, and they all come back to Barack Obama and Hawaii and things like that. And guess what? What's the next one? Smells like Teen Spirit. That's weird. What's that? Some of you people don't know what that is, and even if you do, you don't know how it relates. Well, I'm going to get on a little bit of a tangent here, because that was a famous song by this guy, Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain was lead singer of Nirvana. He died. He was ritualistically killed. Technically, what they said was on April 8, 1994. And he was 27. But this is all about the numbers, okay? Who knows when he actually died? Maybe he did die on that day, but then it says here, let me read it. Cobain was found dead at his home in Seattle at the age of 27. Police concluded that he had died on April 5th from a self-inflicted shotgun wound to his head. Cobain has been described as a Generation X icon. Sorry, my throat's a little dry here. I probably should get a drink. Let me do that. Okay, because I'm talking a lot and kind of loudly. So let me just show you this real quick. So 1994 is 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 4, which is 23. I can't write on the bottom here. Right? I'm holding my phone in the air. Okay, and then let's do April 8 backwards. So we got 8. This is not working. So let's just do it this way. Okay, let's do it this way. So he was 27. And then 94 is backwards. 1994 is 23. Man, I don't know why this application does this with my pen. 23. And then we have 8, 4. So that's 9. Wow, I'm sorry. I don't know why this is doing this. 9, 23. And then 8, 4. So 9/23, Barack Obama was born on 8/4. And that's 9/23, which is the 9th month, which is November 23rd, and then it says that he was actually killed himself on April 5th, which now we'll bring it over here, and that's 9. So we have 9/23, 9/23. I mean, it doesn't matter how you do it. Do it with his age and then 2/3, or you do it with the actual day they say he was killed. But it all forms 9/23, and then it shows an 8 and a 4, which is August 4th, which is Barack Obama's birthday. Without getting into all this. I hope I probably didn't make that super clear, because my pen's not writing right on this. I'm trying to not to write as much with my pen, because I can't figure out why it's not writing on this program very well. It's kind of annoying. So hopefully you follow that. But if you basically put his age before the date, right after the date, like it shows on here, and then separate or change out April 8th for April 5th. See, it's not even right now. April 8th for April 5th. Then that's changes to 9/23, and then also April 8th is backwards 8/4, which is Barack Obama's birthday, which is really 9/23, which is really 11/23. Oh my goodness. Okay, it just keeps going. Hopefully that made sense. And then I decided to, just for the heck of it, do gematria on November 21st, spelled out, which is 1,638 points, basically. Okay? And then, oh, what a shock. It matches exactly President Barack Hussein Obama. Again, impossible. 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 Okay? And then, hey, it matches also 1,000 points of light. Who said that? Who said that? George H.W. Bush, who I talked about earlier. And he wasn't behind any of this stuff or anything, right? Yeah, he was completely behind a lot of stuff. And, Skull and Bones 322, which is backwards 223, which is the 223rd day of the year, which is August 11th, which is also 223 is 11/23, which is the day I'm talking about, because you break up 2 into 1 and 1. I mean, these things go back full circle, back to these people, back to these things, back to these dates. Okay, it's impossible for November 21st to match exactly President Barack Hussein Obama and all this stuff to be correct. Okay, look at all this stuff to be correct, and all these stuff, back to Obama, back to his dates of birth, back to all this stuff. It's just, I'm going to go back this way. It's impossible. I mean, a couple of these are impossible, and then you add one on top of the other, Okay, now I'm going to show you this. So this is a section of the Economist Magazine 2019 here, and you have Trump at the top there, you got Britain beyond Brexit, you got Putin's pipelines. But what's interesting about Putin's pipelines and Britain beyond Brexit is Putin's pipelines is PP, Putin's pipelines. Peter Pan, Peter Piper, pickle peppers, that kind of stuff. So it really sets it apart. It says, hey, look at me. If you don't understand what they're saying, okay? It really does. Okay, and then Britain beyond Brexit is BBB, so that's why I have a 222, because B is the second letter of the alphabet, so 222. And then Putin's pipelines, P equals 16, so I have 16 and 16. Okay, why is this important? Well, let me show you. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. 16 plus 16 equals 32. Okay, so let me show you here. Then if you take 6 and you add it to this, I'm just going to do a couple different things here. So if you put 6 next to the 16, 16, it actually ends up being 6, 1, 6, 1, 6. So kind of like a 666, but there's also other things I'm going to show you. But then you also add up the numbers, and we're going to keep going with this. Well, another thing that sticks out is Putin's pipelines, they both end with S. So that would tell me, hey, let's use these letters at the end of the words as the first letter because they're backwards, and that's what they would do. So it was a little clue. So I took, at the end of Britain, which is the first letter shown here in reverse, is Britain, first letter shown as N, but it's really the last letter, but it's shown here as the first. So N is 5, and then the end of Brexit right here. So we have N right here. T is the end of Brexit, but it's the first letter, which is 20, or you take the 0 off, which is 2. And then the D and beyond is the fourth letter. And then over here you have S and S. Again, that clued me in that not only have P and P, we have S and S, and that's for a reason. Again, I understand more and more how these people think and how their codes work. It's really crazy. So then you have to look at S and S, which is 19 and 19. Okay, so let's keep going here. It's all right here. It's so add 5 plus 2 plus 4 over here, and add 19 plus 19. So 1 plus 9 is 10, and 1 plus 9 is 10. So right here, 1 plus 9 is 10, 1 plus 9 is 10. And then you take the zeros off, that's 1 and 1. You add these two together, you have 11 and 11. Oh, 11 and 11. Well, let me just show you. And then, so now we take what we have right here, and then now we're going to reverse it. Because this was the actual cover, and then I put the other reverse cover, which makes these forward over here. We're going to take the same numbers. We're going to leave the 16 and 16 here and Putin's pipelines, but we just reversed the number that it made, which was 32, but now it's 23. It was 61616, but it's upside down and backwards, so it's 91919, which is going to be 111919. Because 9th month is November, like I said. So something's going to go on 9/19/19, or November 11/19/19. And then we have 222, would equal the 6, but it's upside down, so it's 9. This is what I want to do here. I missed another step here. And then, so it's going to be 9. And then also 222 is broken up into 2, is separated into 1 and 1. So that's 1122. Well, let me show you this. Without looking at this right now, we have 923, 23rd of November, 1111, and 911. I mean, it's right here. It's right here in their codes. And then something's going to believe is going to go on November 19th, 2019. But it's right here. And whether you see all this or not, it's here. It's showing that these are the codes that are kind of buried in here that they have secret, hidden in plain sight, I should say. Okay. Now I'm going to go into the decode of the Mona Lisa. Okay.
Now this one's a whole new thing, and this guy's so good at this. It's really crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that part.